Thanks for joining us. I'm David Molko. We begin at 6 with students at Gresham High walking out of school over concerns around safety, including violence on campus. That's after an especially contentious school board meeting last night. Sydney Dorner spoke with students and parents today and joins us with the very latest in Gresham. Sydney?
David, I'm here at Gresham High School where a large group of students started protesting as they walked over to the district headquarters. They say the recent incident of a gun on campus is just the tip of the iceberg, saying without urgent action, they can only imagine their environment getting worse.
You have a voice. Yeah. Use it.
Gresham High students are fed up.
No one should be scared of a gun coming to school.
Holding a walkout protest after a 17-year-old brought a gun into the classroom September 20th.
He could have went to that assembly and shot the whole assembly up.
Some parents and students say the administration wasn't transparent about the incident and never put the school on lockdown.
There was no notification to the parents that day, and I was in shock.
They kept it completely quiet, and I thought that was insane.
Thursday's protest comes after a school board meeting Wednesday night where teachers like Mark Adamski voiced their outrage about the recent gun incident. School officials say they learned about the threat when a community member tipped them off, saying the teen had threatened them with a gun outside the school before walking in.
They let a known student with a weapon walk through my class filled with students, and the police hadn't even been called or consulted yet.
Gresham Barlow School District applauded how building administration handled the incident, but acknowledged they are always looking for ways to improve their processes and procedures. But students speaking out today say they won't stop until added security is in place.
They should bring back the police, because I did hear that there was police before, and maybe even metal detectors if they need to.
The parents don't want to get a phone call like, hey, your kid just died, I'm so sorry to hear this. No, there should be something happening about this because it's going to get worse every single year.
Students I spoke with say they would like an investigation on this incident, hoping the current administration is fired. David, back to you.
Lots of questions and understandably a lot of concern. Sydney Dorner in Gresham this evening. Thanks, Sydney. In your headlines now, Portland City Commissioner Renee Gonzalez has been issued a warning by the city auditor after investigation into an alleged campaign finance violation in his run for mayor. The complaint filed last month alleged that Gonzalez failed to include paid-for-by disclaimers on a campaign sign. The auditor's office investigated and found this to be a violation. The disclaimer is required on signs larger than 6 square feet. Meanwhile, after getting new information, the auditor's office says it is also taking a second look at whether Gonzalez violated city campaign finance rules by using public funds to edit his Wikipedia page. To an update on a cold case dating back to 1980 with a Troutdale man convicted of murdering a college student, now sentenced to life in prison. Back in March, a Multnomah County judge found 60-year-old Robert Plimpton guilty of the killing of 19-year-old Barbara Tucker. Tucker was sexually assaulted and beaten to death near a parking lot at Mount Hood Community College. New technology allowed police to test DNA evidence, which led to a break in the case. It appears drivers will eventually have to pay to cross the I-5 bridge between Portland and Vancouver. Transportation officials from Washington and Oregon met yesterday to discuss future toll rates to help offset the cost of building a brand new bridge. As it stands, tolling would begin in spring of 2026. That's shortly after construction starts. Before the new bridge is complete, one-way toll rates will range from $1.55 to $3.20. After it's done, prices could go up to $3.65. And the fire marshal has officially lifted the burn ban for the city of Portland and all of Multnomah County. This was first put into place in June. Fire officials say even so, you should only burn dried cordwood, preferably in a fire ring or elevated pit, to keep the flame no taller than 2 feet and to make sure fires are fully extinguished. Celine?
David, that said, I want to point out there is still a fire weather warning in effect that lasts till Thursday, 8 p.m. That's thanks to low humidity and high wind speed. So even though that's been lifted, you still want to make sure you're being cautious outdoors because fire weather can be very likely in these kinds of situations. But it looks great outside right now. It looks like we're sitting at temperatures in the mid-70s. It's 75 degrees, those winds 10 miles per hour. It looks beautiful outside. And it's been a beautiful day overall. And check out those temperatures. 75 in Portland, looks like 72 in Eugene, 85 in places like Medford. The Dow is looking at low 70s as well. So temperatures fantastic. fantastic. Things change once we get into tomorrow. Cold front pushes in tonight. We're seeing rain along the coast first, and then that comes into the Portland area just in time for your morning commute. We're seeing that rain stick around all day long through Friday evening. By Saturday, things start to clear up. But again, Friday, we're looking at a rainy day as well as cool temperatures. Check out those temperatures real fast. We're going to be seeing morning lows in the 40s. We're going to be seeing 48 degrees, 54 by noon, low 60s by 5 p.m. So I hope you enjoyed the warm day today, because tomorrow it all changes. David?
Yeah, big change after a beautiful week. Thanks, Celine. In Salem today, Governor Tina Kotek and Oregon housing officials gave a progress report of sorts about one of her top priorities, the efforts to help people living on the streets. Blair Best was there and joins us now with the details. Blair?
David, this is the first time we've heard from the governor in a while on her homeless initiatives. Some progress is being made in certain parts of the state, and data presented today also shows where more work needs to be done.
Since her first day in office, addressing homelessness has been a focus for Governor Tina Kotek. She even extended a state of emergency about it indefinitely back in January.
Thank you for being here. It's a beautiful fall day.
On Thursday, Governor Kotek pointed to housing goals reached and what she's expecting to do by the end of 2025. Here are the major takeaways. 1,700 new shelter beds will open across Oregon. More than 2,000 people will get off the streets. 24,000 people will be prevented from becoming homeless, and nearly 3,000 new affordable housing units will open.
Those numbers are real numbers. Those are real people's lives. That is how government is coming together from top to bottom to make progress here in Oregon.
Under the governor's emergency initiative, between January and June of this year, nearly 3,000 people were prevented from sleeping on the streets, and more than 500 people have been housed, including 72 in Multnomah County. The goal for Multnomah County was 100. The data also shows no one was housed in several counties, including Washington and Clackamas.
This is not a victory lap. This is not a mission accomplished moment. This is a progress point. And we still have a lot of folks who need help, and we're headed in the right direction.
People like Danielle.
It's hard to get anywhere because you're ashamed of yourself.
She's 15 weeks pregnant and addicted on the streets of Portland.
It's not our governor's fault that our society is what it is today. It's how we were raised, right? But it is our society. It is what we vote for. It is what we accept and we allow.
Governor Kotek talked of pushing the state legislature to continue funding these housing efforts. And the conversation today also turned to issues around public camping and laws around removing camps, especially here in Portland. More on that and why Governor Kotek approves of using taxpayer dollars to hand out tents and tarps. Tonight at 6:30 on The Story. David?
That's intriguing. Appreciate the update, Blair. Well, we are following up this evening on a Gresham firefighter who suffered critical injuries when he rushed into a burning home and who is now sharing his story for the very first time. Devin Haskins is live in Gresham. And Devin, first of all, how's he doing?
Well, he says every day is getting better now, especially since he's back at home with his family. He will be forever scarred, though. He suffered bad burns on nearly half of his body. Today, Spencer Tejadas, his wife Malia, as well as another firefighter that responded to the house fire, sat down, talked about what happened on May 30th. Tejadas says it started like any other day. The house fire was like any other fire he had responded to. This time, though, it ended differently. Tejadas said when he ran into the home after hearing a woman say her child might be inside. And as they were searching the house, a flashover of flames ignited the room and severely burned Tejadas' body. He spent months in the hospital and the last couple of weeks in a rehab center. He's been at home now for about a week and says he's living his life in the moment like he always has.
Now, more than ever, it's important to live my life that way and, celebrate advancements I do or make, and, don't dwell on some things that if I take a couple steps back, I'm going to get those steps right back.
So it turns out there was never anybody inside the house. Everybody had made it out safely. 2 other firefighters suffered minor injuries in that fire. Tejadas says he doesn't consider himself a hero. He's just doing the job he was called to do. David?
Humble and a hero. Thank you, Devin.